Hello everyone, and welcome to Randomania 3 Mafioco. Tonight we have a race between Antidale and Poorscythe. Antidale looking to move on to the hook route with the win here, and Poorscythe looking to take their first place. I am joined by Morty on the comms, Groundfire on the restream, and Asuka on tracking. Welcome, Morty.
So, ignoring the questionable objectives list we have right now at the bottom, we have trade away the Pinktail, wake Yang with the pan, and unlock the Pastor and Troya. So, this is basically just a key item hunt. Looking for the hook in the Pinktail, looking for the pan, and looking for the pass, and underground access to go on.
Yeah, but even with that, like, Hooktail could be required with the hook route. Pass is Z access, so we're not looking for too many extra key items actually.
I think one of the biggest ways this could be a really trolly seed is if everything's in Moon. Like, that would be pretty amazing, because this is a seed that could very conceivably be beaten without even having to touch Moon. But apart from that, starting with a Palin there, so a Quack Kid there. Learns Quake and Virus pretty early, so that's going to be pretty nice black damage early on.
Yeah, Palin's generally one of the characters that you're just always happy to see. I wouldn't say he's the best character on this flag set, but like, he will carry you through the mid and late game very easy.
Yeah, and like, the only advantage Radia, the other black mage, really has over him is that Radia learns Warp quite a bit earlier than Palin does, which, because Warp Glitch is on, lets you get 2 key items out of Dwarf Castle a lot earlier. However, a few Sirens will usually get Palin up to not just Quake, but also Warp, so it's not that big of a disadvantage, but it is something worth keeping.
Yeah, Radia also has a small advantage with Persummons, but it's just too inconsistent to like rely on finding a Sylph somewhere to get you through the early game. And then, like, I find Bahamut and Leviathan aren't particularly great because you generally want to slingshot that radio when you get her. So you're probably not going to be getting her up on those levels.
Yeah, but again, Bahamut is basically Mega Nuke. It's basically Mega Nuke that pierces through the wall. It's not, obviously there's like a difference, but it's essentially the same thing.
Yeah, it's just the cast time on there.
Yeah, but I mean, it can dish out some damage if you get it like early enough, like in the treasury or something.
Yeah. I don't know, like, Radia's just a bit more reliant on finding those items though.
Yeah, the Palom basically needs like no gear to really work, to really like be able to do stuff, and he also needs less levels than Radia to get to Nuke, which is a pretty big difference. But as we're off, we're going to get a Sid start, and looks like an Odin at Vigan spot, and a defense sword to start with. That's a pretty nice weapon, Kane's best weapon.
Yeah, if it's me, I'm going to be checking for characters here. I want to try and find that Kane, be able to put that defense sword to good use. With Sid though, you could like go take on some early spots. He can carry you through most of this overworld, so it could be interesting to see which they decide to take.
I mean, it's very easy to. It's very likely that they'll find the King, since there is quite a bit of character checks open to our runners right now. Like they've got Mysidia, Damsian, Watery Pass, and then all those other checks like Ordeal. There's one at Ordeals. Then there's the Hop checks. Baronanos has a character, so there's quite a few chances to find a Kane or just something else to really carry through this early game. Plus, it really helps out starting this early.
Antidale is going to go straight to the Watery Pass to try and see the character there. And Poorscythe is heading over to the city and gets the King.
That's pretty nice to see there. Meanwhile, it looks like Antidale's going to get a Tala. That's really nice. Has exit, and once you get him online after doing ordeals, he's going to get tons of spells. And looks like Poorscythe is also going to be getting an edge there, so that's really nice there. That's not only a source of sirens, you can steal them from the trap just there, but he also starts out at level 25, which is really nice. Although you do need twice the amount of gear for him, but that's not going to be that big a deal. Really.
Yeah, so far, like, I really like these 3 early character checks all paid off big time. Like, those are 3 of the characters on this group pack set that I really want.
Yeah, Tele just has a ton of utility. Edge is just really good overall, and he doesn't have and he can use really strong gear. He doesn't have the disadvantage that Cecil has with vanilla agility, and Kane can equip a ton of stuff, and finding good stuff for him on T Wildish is not the most difficult thing ever. And we're already starting with a defense sword, so he's pretty set early on.
Yeah, that's Kane's best weapon until you get in mid 60s where Whitebeard finally overtakes it, but generally the defense sword's going to be what you want your Kane having.
Yep, meanwhile, Antidale's gonna loot Damsian and presumably probably gonna check the character there as well, so interesting to see what that is.
I know we found one siren, so we could see something like those emissaries come into play if they want to take down Dragon Turtle.
Yep, but Antidale actually found a ribbon at Damsian, so that's really nice to see there.
Poorscythe is gonna loot this middle part of Watery Pass, which Antidale did skip, hoping for I don't know, probably an edge weapon here would be the best find.
I mean, I like looting this if I have an early source of exit, which Datella provides that. So it's pretty nice to, be able to loot this entire place. However, it does take a while, so I can see why Antidale would just skip doing this. And it doesn't look like he pulled out anything that big out of it. Meanwhile, Iridia at Damsian. Iridia can be pretty good, but right now, she's basically just an early source of warp, although that summon up at Hobbs could change things, since she does get a free summon up at Hobbs, which looks like Antidale's going to check right away.
And that looks to be the Odin spot. So that could come in handy on a couple of our free bosses, or even dolls, which are susceptible to Odin.
Only the back dolls, though, but...
No, it actually kills all the dolls for some reason.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it only worked on things without boss fight.
It's just
FF4
weird.
Things.
You can also turn Minun invisible with it.
What?
Which is very important.
Okay, then. Let's see if Antidale decides to check the Hobbs character, and looks like he is going to go ahead and do that. So this is a character check and a boss check as well, which is really nice to see. Okay, that's a Cecil and Becerra, so... Cecil, well, he does get access to the Crystal Sword and the Excalibur, which are the strongest weapons in the game. He has vanilla agilities on, which means he will always be your agility. So that can turn out to be a pretty big detriment. Unless you find like a second Cecil and you turn that one into an anchor, but even then you have to. And with just a defense sword and a cane to use it, I can definitely understand just leaving him there just in case you find something really good for him.
Yeah, and also, that's the thing, on these fight sets, if you see a Cecil that you can just leave somewhere and come back to later, it's really good because we don't have the flag where we can retrieve characters. So you kind of have to commit if you go and take that fight on Hobbs. But if you don't take the fight, Cecil's just going to stay there. So if you find another Cecil somewhere else, well, suddenly you just have two Cecils available and you didn't have to commit.
Exactly. Plus, even if you take a Dark Knight Cecil, he's not going to keep any of the levels he gains as a Dark Knight. He's just going to reset back to level 1 after you get the deal. So there's not a lot of... So there's no reason really to take him on if you have anything for him.
Also, this Tiara and Sorcerer Rogue combo is really nice if either of our runners want to put Ridley online. But Poorscythe did skip out on taking the Ridley, so...
Yep. Looks like Poorscythe's going to be checking what the boss and water is. It's a purple robe, but we do not know if it is Mylon Z or Mylon.
That's one of the ones that you could justify going into the fight and just to see, but it's not going to matter because Antidale's going to show us that Mylon and Friends is an Ant 9, which means Mylon Z is in the water.
Yep. I mean, so Demus hunting is pretty important here. Missing a Demus that's just required could really be important. But yeah, what you were saying about peeking the boss fight just to see how it is, I can definitely see skipping out on it. and not checking what fight it is, whether it's Milo and Z or Milo and Friends. However, if it was like a moon boss, I think our runners would be a lot more likely to go into the fight and see what it is, since it's just Lunar Sparkle, so you can't know what that is. Good knowledge to have if Wyvern's still out there, or if, you know, if he's in watery paths.
Yeah, and there is early underground access, and Antidale and Poorscythe both picked up a siren, so we could see some early levels on these characters.
Yep. Early underground access is pretty nice to see here. That means you're not going to be going through a hook route, which is always nice. And it just opens up a bunch of checks here. It opens up a freebie, actually, at Feymarch, and you could even try and see what those Feymarch bosses are, and maybe potentially take those on, but we'll see what everyone decide to do.
Generally at the start of the game, the only bosses you would take on in Feymarch would be Bahamut, King Queen Evan, and you could maybe justify Plague, but I wouldn't do it without Soul Club.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to take those fights on, but again, our runners could also, I don't know, go steal some sirens and try to get some levels to try and take those fights on, but it's a lot of things. I wouldn't be surprised at all, though, to see our runners go and do some sirens, at least early on. At least do the one siren they have to try and get Quack Kid up to Quake, at least, or just try to get them close to that.
Yeah, like even just getting Virus early on would help, because you don't want to run into a Pale Dam at the top of Ordeals and only have elemental spells.
Yeah, that's not fun.
Poorscythe is heading down, gonna fight Milo and Friends to get his Magma Key, and Antidale's just gonna open up this underground and see what the freebie is, and then probably continue on to do the Sheila check after.
The Sheila check is a free check you can make by just talking to Yang and then going up to talk to Sheila's wife. It does let you do 2 checks in one go. So it is a pretty free check. I don't really see that much of a reason to fade it, but yeah.
I do like the call from Antidale here to go ahead and check these characters. That kind of tells me that he's planning on popping the Siren. So he wants to check these to make sure he's getting the levels on who he wants them on.
I don't actually know if Antidale actually had a cane before. So yeah, but at least that Edge is really nice to see there again. Edge can steal sirens, which will just let you basically, even if there aren't any sirens in shops, you know, that's still pretty easy levels. You're still able to get those sirens and get those levels on.
We may not see stealing sirens just yet. I would probably want to wait until I find like a thunderclap or something I can just take the search route in one hit.
Yeah.
That is a... Sorry to interrupt, but that's a pretty important find here in the Mystidia weapon shop. That dwarf axe allows us to back row cane.
Yep, back row glitching is pretty... Back row glitching is essentially just, if you equip a weapon a weapon that's considered a ranged weapon, the game sets a bit that makes it so that you do full damage from the back row, but if you unequip that weapon, the bit doesn't get unset, so you're just permanently doing full damage from the back row.
Antidale taking a save outside, probably gonna go ahead and do Feymarch here. The loot is going to be a bit better here because there is a trap chest present. So, on average, it's going to contain a bit higher tier loot. So, since it's just the one trap chest, that's going to be really nice to, like, if they weren't all empty.
Yeah. And it's always nice, you know, you find the trap chest right away, and then if you don't want to fight it, you can just avoid it and loot everything else, which can still turn out to be pretty good. But it looks like Antidale should go ahead and walk right into Fame.
Yeah, usually, like, once I get to that last room, I stop checking, just because you don't want to have to do that whole walk again.
Yeah, I usually just loot the first 2 rooms, and if I don't have the trap chest there, then I'm just good. Gonna see what the free key item here at Feymarch is. just an arty bow. Well, just, you know.
I mean, Artemis bow, we have Artemis arrows already. That sit's actually looking pretty nice right now.
Yep. And another interesting thing is that if you actually use Berserk on a character with arrows and their turn doesn't come up before the Berserk goes off, then they will never run out of arrows. Pretty nice.
Antidale goes ahead and finds the Thunderclaw in the Famer shop. Goes ahead and picks that up. And that's probably setting up for stealing sirens a bit later on.
Yep. Plus, he's just ready to take on the rest of the seed. He needs a Thunderclaw.
It's all you need if PK's taught me anything.
Looks like Antidale's going to give us a peek at the Famer bosses. There aren't that many you take at low levels, but let's see what it is. Lugate and a Moon Boss, but Antidale's not going to peek what that Moon Boss is, so he's just going to exit out.
Yeah, Antidale didn't take the save, so doesn't want to risk that being, well, anything that's not Plague.
Yeah, basically. Looks like Poorscythe hasn't gone underground yet. He's just kind of... I think he's in Fabul. Yeah, it looks like he is in Fabul. He's checking the shops here. Wondering if he's gonna go do the check right now.
He may go ahead and do the check. Generally, I would if I were in the area, and it does look like he's going to. But I would want to route in getting that first Cheetah check with it before I did it.
Yeah, but there's also kind of the argument of you want to try and because patent's required, you know, you kind of want to try and single dip Sylph here. So you know, if patent was like a Fabul here, then you don't have to go into Sylph Cave twice. But yeah.
It also like gives you the shop check, so you could find something you may want when you go underground. So,
yeah, I believe you can find curse strings in ungated shops, and that's standard.
that is correct. So, also this bike lane just went down real quick. But yeah, curse strings can be in these ungated shops, which is personally I don't check any armor shops because of that. But other runners, it's a will check because that curse string is very important.
Yep, it will give you minus 15 to a bunch of stats. I think is it all stats?
Yeah, minus 15 to all stats.
Yeah, minus 15 to all stats. Which most importantly, agility, which is really nice if you wanna use a character for an agility anchor.
And Poorscythe got the Luca key there from the Bull Defense, which is pretty interesting. You probably wouldn't want to do a door grind, but you could.
I mean, I've seen that be done in a race, so you know, you never know.
Yeah, like if we didn't have the sirens available for us, I think it would be a pretty good call to actually just go down, pop a single door. But with getting that siren in a chest, we have edge. There's just not much incentive for it to see.
Yeah. Meanwhile, it looks like Antidale's going to be going through Self Cave and going to do Shield 1 here, while Poorscythe looks like he's going to be checking more shops here.
I think we've found Assure and Sylph already in Overworld shops. I'm just saying that radio would be looking real nice right now. And Antidale's popping his siren here.
Yeah, it makes sense. Get some levels on this party here, although it is kind of scary going into this fight with 1 HP. Although it looks like he's going to be killing off Sid and Tella.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what the reason for that would be. Probably they're going to have one of the two anchor,
mean, Sid's a great anchor, and Tell is also a pretty good anchor, so maybe he just wants to keep them both low levels. Just in case.
There is Quake on Palm, which is really nice.
And Quake on Palm, and Kane also got a bunch of levels off of that, so that's pretty nice.
Yeah, so Antidale can like just really easily clear out the rest of the overworld if he wants to.
Yep, he can just go Quake away, or just punch with that, punch things with that cane. So yeah, he's gonna have a pretty easy time clearing out that Baigen and doing just all the checks in the overworld in general are gonna be significantly easier for Antidale.
He also is gonna have a pretty easy time doing checks in the underworld, like Dwarf Castle's pretty easy here. Tower's gonna be pretty easy with these levels. The only thing you'd kind of be worrying about is making sure you get warp before you do Dwarf Castle.
Even then, though, Dwarf Castle actually gives a bunch of experience. So, like, if you know what you're doing, you might be able to set it up so that Paladin gets Quake off of the Dwarf Castle.
Yeah, I've done that before. It's just one of those things where it's like you just have to be really sure that you're gonna get it when you do.
Also, after reveals, Tele gets work, which is something that I forget way more often than I should. Yeah. Tele is a source of work that you don't have to worry about leveling up, you just have to switch. To be fair, it is 3 fights and does take a while, but...
Yeah, it's just a long check. And with early access to Sirens, early access to Underground, I could see a skip here. I'm not sure if we will, though.
Now, I didn't really see, but I don't think any of the shops in Underground have Sirens.
No, but they do have the edge, so...
Yeah, so it's not that big a deal. Looks like Sheila 1 was actually the Legend Source, so that's Hopper Forge there. It is only 3 out of 4 objectives, so, you know, I don't know. Pinktail is somewhere really mean or something. If Antidale were to find the Adamant, he would be able to bail out of one of these objectives, which is nice to see. It would also give him an Excalibur, which is Cecil's second best weapon, which is pretty nice. So I don't know if I would make him take a Cecil.
I think we're more likely to see that Excal get thrown at something.
Yeah, it's a pretty good dart, and it's also a pretty nice amount of money, so yeah.
And seeing that Item Sword, it does make me think that we're a little less likely to see the Pinktail, since that one does require 2 key items, versus only 1 with the Pain and Pastor.
Yeah, in order to turn in the Pinktail, you need not only the Pinktail, but you also need the hook to be able to fly the hovercraft into that area. So yeah.
I swear we found like 4 Drain Spears this seed already.
Yeah, I know. Maybe they bought them to dart them with things. I've seen people do that.
Yeah, I saw Penguiners buy like a pretty big stack of them just to throw. It's really good throwing damage, and they're pretty cheap for it too.
Yeah, I was commentating the race he did that in actually, but yeah.
Yeah, and that accuracy just, it doesn't matter when you're just throwing at things.
Yep, but meanwhile, looks like Antidale's gonna be going to Ordeals, gonna get that Tela online, get him more spells, and it's gonna be Threemus at the first spot here, so...
And Poorscythe checked Dwarf Castle, which was her goal best.
That's not something you really want to see here, but this Threemus here, pretty nice. You know, it's not a Moon Threemus, so happy to see it. It should go down fairly quickly, and it's going to be an extra key item check. Mist Village. What would normally be if free key items are turned on, just be going to talk to Bedward, is just you defeat Threemus, and then you get a free key item, or well, potentially a free key item from Radia's mom.
Also, I didn't mention it earlier, but both of our rooms did validate the seed. We had a casino cage worker as the job work.
Yep, seed has been validated on both ends.
But yeah, like, with these levels, Antidale's just tearing through ordeals. Taking no time at all.
Yeah, that is kind of the nice thing of delaying ordeals, especially when you have this kind of party. Like after a siren or two, you're just gonna tear through ordeals instead of 3 bosses that could take like 5-ish minutes each or something, or like just a long time in general. Now you're just tearing through them incredibly quickly, and yeah, you're just
Threemus was at the ordeal spot 1.
yeah. Let's see what Antidale gets out of ordeals here.
I'm okay with the power shirt here. It gets like you get Threemus off your mind. You get a pretty powerful piece of equipment. I like it.
Yes, it's
And we get Wyvern.
I was hoping that. Nah, it's fine. It wasn't that. It was pretty funny. But yeah, Power Shirt's gonna do quite a bit of damage. Putting that on that cane or on that edge is gonna give them plus 15 strength, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, it's just a nice item to get. And getting Tal online is pretty nice bonus too. Plus Demus.
Yeah, just a whole lot of value. Just getting a lot of things off your mind here. Unfortunate for everyone watching though. I'm pretty sure we all wanted a much ruder Wyvern.
But it does look like there are no sirens and shops in the overworld. Not like that's gonna matter. But yeah. This is the Drain Spear Seed.
I know one of our runners found Drain Spears in a shop too. So
Pretty good, yeah.
for 6k pop, you could be just kind of running through everything.
It's also money, I guess.
Yeah, it does get a bit expensive.
Meanwhile, Antidale's gonna backward Witch's Edge using a boomerang there, which you have to put it on the right hand, even though he's supposed to be ambidextrous, but whatever.
And we do find second Cecil with the French Vanilla Cry.
I don't know if you would. I don't think you would. Well, I don't know. That's gonna go. That karate's gonna go down incredibly quickly. So is this Leviathan here.
Yeah, no big threat from either of these bosses. And yeah, I'm kind of with you on the Cecil thing. Probably not going to take it on Annandale's side, but it is a bit tempting when you already know you have half a forge and you know where the second one is.
You can also get weapons for him. Like, I saw a light sword in a shop somewhere. So, like, you can make a case for it, but I don't know if I would personally. And that's the darkness. Pretty nice there. That's going to give our runners access to the entirety of Moon. And they could also demachine. I personally wouldn't do, but you never know. With a Tela online.
Yeah, just everything is now open to enter.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see where he decides to go next. Is he going to finish clearing out an overworld, or is he going to go, just dive Moon?
In general, I don't see as many people going for early Moon place on this pack set. But when you're only searching for key items, it is a lot of density. So it's a lot of checks that you can get fairly quick.
Yep. Did Antidale check Demus? I don't think he did he?
I can see it if he did.
Well, it's not the worst check in this, since you still need more than one key item to finish, so it's not the worst thing to miss it, but yeah. Antidale's gonna immediately reset out of that gold Bez. Now I really want it to be required.
Gonna have to go ahead and put piggies and sides on here to make sure you can get through the fight easy. And also that Threemus was the first spot on Ordeals, so it being missed is like him forgetting about it isn't far-fetched.
It looks like Antidale's gonna be is he trying to kill off the
He's just trying to get his party down here so when he goes into Golbez, he doesn't have to wait for the dragon to do it, and he also gets to choose which of his members are up.
Okay. So, I wasn't sure when I wasn't 100% sure. Looks like Poorscythe's gonna be going up Ordeals here. He actually found a Leviathan summon, which even though I don't think he has a Radia and he just turned one down, it's still a pretty nice amount of money.
Yeah, I'm never upset to see a summon like that just for the cash.
Yeah, looks like Antidale's finished setting up for that fight, like the best fight, and he's gonna be going right in.
Did Antidale turn off encounters there, or did I just miss it?
I don't know if I missed it too. Now, something kind of interesting is that no, wait, never mind. Tell has worked.
Yeah, I thought it got warped, so he's fine on that count.
Yeah. I always forget that. I've had way too many seats where I faded dwarf because I forget Tell has worked, but
Well, so I have to just going through this deals chain, and Antidale's going to go ahead and get through this Golbez. And we have confirmation from Groundfire that Antidale did not turn off encounters, which could end up being really scary.
What are the encounters down here? I don't even know.
Well, I don't think he's going to run into anything in this area, but depending on where he goes next, he could run into something a bit meaner.
Yeah, like if he goes into Giant or something, or if he were to go into Moon and just run in, that could be bad.
Like, even just running into Feymarch right now, I wouldn't be feeling great.
Is Golbez weak to fire?
Yeah, Golbez is weak to fire.
So he's considered undead? Or is that just like...
No, I think it's just a normal elemental weakness.
Okay, then.
There are some weird, like, weaknesses, absorbs in this game. It's best not to question it sometimes.
Just works. Well, there's an evil wall here, and only Edge is alive for Antidale. He's gonna get a punch rate here. I don't think he takes it. Yep. So this spot only has like 3,000 HP here, and yeah, it's not gonna do very much damage to Antidale, so he's fine even with just one Edge alive.
Yeah. And I'm actually a little shocked to not see that Yang being taken. Like, personally, I like knowing like everything we have. Yang over Sid here would be really good, in my opinion.
I mean, you've already gotten level. Like, I think in this Quack set, Edge is basically just a better Eve in a lot of ways. Although he doesn't get nearly as much HP as
Yang over the Sid, not the Edge.
Ed Yang, but over the Sid.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't mean over the Edge, but like, I was just saying in general. But yeah, I think I don't know. I don't think I would have taken him since Sid already has some levels and stuff, and I don't want to try to like bother leveling up a Yang, but I wouldn't. I don't exactly disagree with the decision.
That's not bad. I just really like slingshotting things.
I mean, slingshotting is pretty nice, but you know, with an edge, I don't really like. Slingshotting's only really like very effective with like big grinds like the machine. I'm not saying it's ineffective with a lot of things, and it can be nice, but with an edge here, you're probably doing sirens, so I just don't really know if it's worth taking a Yang or something to slingshot.
Oh, there is our pan.
So we're just a pass or we're a pass or an adamant away from go mode here. That's pretty unfortunate.
I'll pass and an adamant, because we do need to clear 2 more objectives after the pan tournament.
Oh right.
But yeah, this could theoretically burst in go mode right now.
And our runners have ways to grind, and you know they're pretty set here, so I don't think they would mind seeing an early go mode right now.
Early go mode is just always scary, no matter when you see it. Oh no!
I hope he saved.
I don't think he did.
Rip.
He did not save. And going back through Dwarf Castle.
He's quite the wipe. He is still ahead, but who knows what he's feeling right now. If that happened to me, I would just go on full tilt right now. Like,
You have to imagine that he's feeling a bit behind after taking a wipe like that. You have to redo these Dwarf Castle fights in their entirety. It's a pretty big time loss. And question in chat, the pan we got from the warp glitch, which means it was in Silk Cave. Poorscythe now has his darkness, has everything open to him, and we'll just have to see where he goes.
It is quite the unfortunate wipe though, but yeah, see if he takes the Cecil here. Looks like he's at least considering it.
He's thinking about taking it over the Sid.
So he decided to not take Cecil.
That's quite a bit of time spent just like mulling that one over. And I can see why, like, if you get access to one of those really high tier weapons for Cecil, it's just gonna be a lot of extra damage for your party.
Yeah, and I mean, like, like, a Crystal Sword Cecil or just an Exile Cecil can make up for a lot of the disadvantages that, you know, Vanilla Agility gives like, it's just really good. Like, a Crystal Sword Cecil is a Crystal Sword Cecil.
And this time around, Antidale doesn't want to waste any time with Evil Wall. Just darts a Drain Spear and one swing from Kane, and he is done.
And this time, both of the characters are alive. So he's gonna get Pan, and what was the other item?
The other item was the Sand Ruby, which
Right.
was the actual Dwarf Castle item.
I mean, that is an extra character. I don't know what you take here, but it's always nice to know.
Honestly,
A white mage is what you would take here, I think.
Yeah, you probably take a white mage. But I think the even bigger deal is it's an extra key item that gets a bit close to that 10 key item mark.
What do you have right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Just 6.
6.
So it's a little early.
No, continue.
Go ahead.
Okay, no, I was just gonna say that Poorscythe is actually checking the mist item, and it's just a white shirt, so that could be nice if we find a white mage, say behind that sand ruby, but right now it's not money.
Yeah, so I go ahead and put it on Tala, which I guess is a bit of healing, but still it's Tala healing.
Yeah, Tala healing is not ideal.
That's what I was gonna say. Like with just 6 key items on Angel side, it's still a little early to be thinking about getting that 10 key item bonus, like actively hunting for 2 times experience. But it like once you hit like around 8, it starts to like get in your mind like, okay, do I go check this key item or do I grind first? Do I try to just eke out these fights? Or do I go ahead and just make everything safe?
Yeah, it is quite the decision to do that, especially when you get closer, or if you hit go mode, it's like, I have this pan I want to check or something, like, or you reach go mode and it's like, I have these extra checks that are quick I want to do. Do I do them to try and just hope to get 10 key items, or should I just grind right now?
Yeah, and it's just like, how much time do you spend actively hunting for it? And it's a pretty big question that there's not really a clear answer to.
Yep. See what Antidale decides to do here. He's gonna turn in that pan here.
Poorscythe giving us our first check here in Typo, and we do see that's just another pain in the bag.
Yep. I mean, I did see Gunyear's Gears for sale, but I don't know.
We have so many Drain Spears for him.
Yeah. Looks like it's gonna be an Earth Crystal. That's really nice to see there. So, for those of you who don't know, you can use the Earth Crystal to open up the Troya Treasury, which is the best looting spot in the game. It has, in T-Wildish, a 10% chance per chest of a tier 7 item, which is just ridiculous. Spar 60 does temper that a little bit, since 40% of chests are empty, but still, pretty good. So it's time to play everyone's favorite game, Rate the Treasure. So, or if he decides to, I don't know.
Yeah, looks like he's going down there. Yeah. I'm personally hoping for the all empty treasury, just no chests.
I had that on these flags and it's amazing, but yeah, I believe one objective down for Antidale here. Poorscythe's actually raising the Lunar Whale here, which is pretty nice. which is an interesting play here. But as I was about to say that, there was a Crystal Sword and a Stardust Rod at that treasury, so that's pretty nice. And a Strength Ring as well, so that's
I give it a 9 out of 10. Yeah,
9 out of 10-ish. I mean, if he decides to take that Cecil, that rating goes up a little bit for me at least, Asura is there's Radius around, but Asura is money too. So. If you were to find a Cecil up here at Zot, would you take him with the Crystal Sword, or knowing that
yeah.
With Zot? Or
like,
not
knowing that you have one just sitting on hops waiting for you, you definitely take one that's sitting up here.
Yeah, I mean, a Dwarf Axe will get that Cecil down to what was it?
It's -5 from the Dwarf Axe, so I think it takes it down to 8.
Yeah, 8. Yeah, Poorscythe's going up to Moon here. Looks like he checked the shop. Didn't find any sirens or anything like that there. Let's see what he decides to do here. Looks like he's gonna check the character.
Probably still hoping to find a white mage, which we have not found yet.
I mean, Tela can cast Cure 4. But Tela healing is not what you want to rely on. Especially for Zeal and stuff like that.
Our best fight image so far has been video.
And it's just another Palom, so that's unfortunate there.
And just elements over here in the Mega Sister spot.
Yep. Antidale's gonna dart another of the Grand Spears he's picked up here, and this element should go down fairly quickly. It's also like a really slow spot, the vanilla Mega Sister spot.
That's not really a threatening spot at all.
Looks like Poorscythe's gonna be peeking the Cape Bahamut boss. He didn't save.
You could just be going in for chests as well. This does have a bit higher loot than what you're finding on average.
Does Cape Bahamut have trap chests? I can't remember.
Nope, no trap chests in Cape Bahamut.
Okay, so I can see checking these chests. But Cape Bahamut is a pretty special location in Moon, since it is the only location where you can actually know what the boss is before entering the fight, which is pretty nice. Looks like it's a CPU. That's definitely a note. Even if you have the resources for that fight, it's gonna take you a pretty long time. So yeah, I can definitely see just leaving and just...
I think saying CPU means go buy more Grand Spears and then toss it at him.
Yep. Still looks like no white mage though. Looks like another edge at the top of Zot and a Yang here. Another chance of punch mage. Nope. Okay.
So we have Giant, Package, and Baron as our last. Oh, and Hook as our last 4 characters. I'd say that keeping Sid over the second edge is just because he wants the Sid to anchor at the Z5. He's probably gonna get levels on Tela so that Tela can survive the initial Big Bang that gets nerfed, so that he can probably berserk up the rest of the party if we don't find anything else for that. And also, edges are just hard to clear. They take up a lot of here. Like even with ninja swords and longswords being available in shops, those cost a decent chunk of money. Poorscythe is going to go ahead over back into Dwarf Castle, get their Pan, get their Sand Ruby, and Antidale gets the hook for clearing Zot, which puts him just a paint away from completing Objective 2, and Adamant away from completing Objective 1, so Antidale's getting really close here. And he actually does remember to go check his Threemus finally. We do know it's just a white shirt though, so nothing to get too excited over. Now with this, there's not too many new spots opening up. So I think we'll probably be seeing either a Tita's Power Fund. He could get ready for Fame Rush and grind levels. He could go check Moon for free bosses as well, but I find that to be the least likely scenario here. He can also go over to Hobbs to pick up that Cecil if he does want to use the Crystal Sword, which he didn't sail, so I could definitely see him thinking about that. Antidale going to go ahead and pick that sand ruby. Probably looking for a second Cecil, maybe a white mage. But I feel like that's just second on his mind right now. He wants to use that crystal sword and just run through people. I definitely thought Antidale was about to buy 5 summer drops. But no, he just wanted the view bells. And in chat, the pan was from the Warpfish. Oh, do you like this effing cave check here? And they're probably going to look for purse strings, look for sirens, Bacchus, hourglasses, all that sort of thing. Could definitely prove useful if you were to go moon. I don't think we've seen many free bosses, if any yet. Well, Karate, Pain Man, those don't count as much. Because, on the moon, those are gone first. And probably now because we get both of. And Antidale does want them. No sirens yet. I do believe that means that there are no sirens for sale in this sea, because we've checked all the gated shops without finding them. So, stealing sirens is looking to be our primary option for grind. We could see D-Machine the slingshot Cecil's here, since Antidale is really hunting for one. Baymarch is just a lunar boss, and at the King's Pot, and then Dr. Luke at the King's Pot. Just an Addy, definitely not what Antidale was hoping for. And Kita's Tower is the play. Probably gonna go steal sirens on the way up, or way down, either or. And just try to go ahead. Yeah, go. Oh. Little bit of indecision for Antidale. Poorscythe gets through these Dwarf Castle bosses without much problem. Gets his pan. Gonna get his sand ruby here in a second. Very good for him. And Antidale's just heading up, not checking the trap chests just yet. Wants to see what this boss is and just get through it. He is at 8 key items, so you have to think that it's on his mind right now. Trying do I wait for this 10th key item to grind, or do I do it early? It's definitely at this point where you start really thinking about that. And yes, if you want to, you can just exit Dwarf Castle without picking that item. Antidale finally equips the power archer he got a long time ago. Can make that edge do some nice damage. And yeah, you can still get the item if you exit Dwarf Castle. You just have to walk back into the room and hit that tile. And then the cutscene will play like normal. Poorscythe is going, completing their objective, getting the ribbon, and probably going to continue on to turn in the pan to shoot off. As we get a Bonbon at the top of the tower, which is a little rude. Pretty high HP, but Bonbon also gets the additional 10k HP, so that when she explodes in the vanilla game, you aren't able to kill her before then.
Later in the game, that damage becomes a lot more trivial to deal. So yeah, is right now it's. I think he might be able to deal enough damage, but we'll see what he decides to do.
Yeah. Later on, it gets pretty easy to just deal it, but early on, I generally just wait for it and just say, whatever. Zerks are coming out though, and Tazel's probably hoping to just push through without seeing the small bombs.
Yep,
and it goes down the explosive.
Yep, looks like he's got it. Trying to see what's at top of tower here. Money. And a reset.
Interesting that Antidale chose to do tower without putting the Siren Steel in at the same time.
She might be waiting to do it later or something. He might have been waiting to do it on the way back, so that he could, freely reset out if he might have been planning to do it on the way out, basically.
Yeah. He has been searching pretty hard for a Cecil. I think he wants to find a second Cecil before he commits to taking one on Hobbs. So he could be hoping to find one on Moon or in Fairing, and then potentially slingshot them on the Giant.
That would be pretty nice to see, but with an edge, I don't know if you really want a D-Machine here, but we'll see.
I just have an addiction to slingshotting people. What can I say?
I mean, it is fun.
I just get to see all those levels go up. It's nice. And Poorscythe gets to check out their treasuries, see their Stardust, see their Crystal Sword, and we'll have to see if he decides to go take that Cecil on Hobbs immediately or not.
If you do, you can get Cecil up to 44 and level 44 and level 45, and he'll be at 28 agility, which is pretty nice for Z here. Looks like Poorscythe also picked up a rune ring, one of the pots, by the treasury, which is pretty nice. Put on his talon with that Stardust Rod.
Then Dale's gonna go ahead and take on these famous fights, starting with Bakuluga, equips the Thunderclaw to make PK happy, and to do the bonus damage.
I believe it's 4 times extra damage.
Yeah, that sounds right. And Poorscythe is gonna go ahead, go up Zot, find out that, sorry, no white mage for you today.
If you want it like Giant, there's always package, and Baron hasn't been found, so there's still characters.
We have 3 checks left, but I don't see either of our winners going and completing the Giant.
You never know. Both of those bosses could be free and just give tons of XP. You never know. Yeah, Lugia is gonna do his little speech and finally start actually fighting.
And unfortunately for Lugia, I don't think he's too long for this world with this Thunderclaw edge.
Yep, and he's gone.
Just a glass hat. So this Nurse Sparkle has to lead to the Baron Key, I think, if they want to skip Moon entirely.
Yep, so it's looking like a Moon Seed, which is pretty nice here.
Poorscythe going to see his elements fight. should be able to get there no problem. And Antidale's gonna go ahead and show us who this moon boss is in a second.
Yep, she's gonna put that dwarf axe on Sid, probably gonna anchor with him, and save, and it's time to see what it is.
And that dwarf axe is really nice, because if Antidale wanted to take Cecil, he could level him up further than he could if he didn't have that dwarf axe, without messing with the agility too much.
Looks like Antidale's gonna start off by throwing some tier 3s at the D-Lunars. Now the D-Lunars will actually start. If you hit them with fight, then they'll start casting wall on themselves and then reflecting viruses, which is pretty scary stuff.
Yeah, that was probably not the opening turn Antidale was hoping for. But getting these banks up is going to go ahead and help stabilize.
Yep. And using a Starveil here will actually let you reflect their breath back at them and turn them into little cute toads that you can pretty easily murder.
Yep, the Lunar Frogs is one of my favorite strats for a boss. Ooh, but having everyone go down except for Palom means only one of the frogs is actually gonna turn. Only one of the dragons is gonna turn into a frog, rather.
That isn't ideal,
but
you can just get the one that's not. If you can just get the other one down,
and he does the right thing here. He punches the one that turned into a frog, so that the wall casts can't actually go off. So now they're just going to be casting virus on each other, and it gives Antidale time to deal damage.
I didn't know that was a thing. I just assumed they kept straight on themselves.
No, just the one you attack casts it on both. Is that think how it works? And he's going to go ahead and focus down the one that isn't a frog, because after one of these D-Lunars goes down, the other one is going to start countering all of your attacks with a pretty nasty fire, which is going to do percentage-based damage to all of your party. Also, on Poorscythe's side, gets rid of Kala to take second edge.
I don't think it's a play I would personally do. However, I can see why. It's a pretty nice anchor, and the second edge can be really good if you get the gear for him, but it can be a bit rough. So I can see taking him on that personally.
I think the big issue there is that you're kind of being forced into going and stealing Bacchus wines at some point, because I don't think we ever saw them in shops.
Yeah, I don't think so. It's gonna be the rat tail, so that's not the right tail. However, could have a pretty smooth rat tail into pink tail. Hopefully that's not what it is, but it would be pretty funny if it was.
Poorscythe now has his hook, and ain't just gonna go up tower before turning in his creep. Oh wait, no, he's just gonna go get the sirens before turning in his creepy.
But also, these trap tests also can give really good gear. I've pulled out my fair share of Crystal Swords, Avengers, X-Skulls, White Spears, Defense Swords, etc. from these. So these can give pretty good loot, and you can steal sirens from them in the meantime, so it's pretty nice.
Also, this is kind of nice that his entire party is pretty low on HP, so you can just knock them off to have edge still a bit quicker.
Geared to do that though, but yeah. It feels scary, but you can only really wipe to that if either you didn't like save after walking out from stealth or something and you're like a light. or if you don't one-shot the alert, which I think should be fine here, especially since it's keeping the Paladin alive to stop the Searcher, or the alert. And with a Thunderclap, he should be able to one-shot it.
The Thunderclap is shot, definitely. And Phantom goes down. Just want to get that stop off so that the annoying text box stop popping up. I believe he bought like 10 hourglasses. I would be... Oh, he just got in the fight there. That's pretty quick.
How many seconds did he steal?
I only think he got like 4 or 5.
Is that Bahamut or am I just boring?
I think that's Bahamut.
Well, that is quite a bit of money, so it's nice to see here. Looks like Antidale's gonna cave in and take that Cecil.
The allure of the crystal sword was too much for Antidale. They've already seen the Wyvern, so there's no big worry about something like that happening. So it does make it a bit easier to take Cecil.
Yep. I'm just interested to see what he... Yep, that's definitely what I would do. Take him over the 6 and, you can control the same floor. Also, an interesting thing is that, if, for example, if you were to enter Z with a Dwarf Axe and then switch to Crystal Sword, it wouldn't affect agility angle. That gets said at the beginning of the fight. So, you could also just do that.
Yeah, that's probably what he's looking to do.
So he's gonna die really quickly here, and there's the Crystal Sword Cecil.
I think he must be looking towards one of the moon shrines here. Just because he stole like a fairly low amount of sirens. He's also making sure to keep the Cecil down in order to slingshot. So I would imagine we see the gold video grind here, since he did pick up hourglasses earlier.
I mean, that makes a lot of sense there. It's a pretty nice grind here, especially with the Tela. You can weak it and go for double life glitches, which is pretty nice.
Looks like Poorscythe is gonna go ahead and finally use the third siren that they got early on. And looks like they have plans to maybe head a tower after.
Looks like Antidote's gonna be looking for his hovercraft to turn that rat tail in.
Yep. Can't remember where he purchased car. And there's Twin Harp. There's music for us if he wants to go do it.
Pretty exciting there. Now, I don't know if he does it when he's got the entirety of Moon to check, but he could also be looking to finish off all of the Earth checks.
And let's be real, the more important thing isn't the fact that it's music. Antidale is more concerned that it's a 10th key item, which means he now has double experience from his fights.
Yup. So yeah, he's gonna be going straight to Moon now. Now, I'm wondering if he's gonna grind first or if he's gonna take the fights first. I feel like he grinds first here since you already have 10 key items and then you're already set up for it, but I could also see, going and taking some fights first.
And Poorscythe is going and stealing up their sirens.
And as Pekin Chat mentioned, you could theoretically slingshot that Cecil a ridiculous amount if there was something pretty easy at Raven Room, which gives the most XP out of any of the moon spots. It also gives you 2 key item checks, which is pretty nice.
Yeah, I'd be inclined to check it, considering we've not really seen our free fights yet. And if you find like door camps or something there, I would class those up, get some life pitches. Thank you, Randomania, for the raid. Welcome, everyone. And as Groundfire is pointing out, we are on a seed that has no white mage as of yet. We only have Package, Baron, and the Giant to give us one, but I don't think 2 others are going to be checked.
Yep. Flurry, there has been 1 crystal sword so far at Treasury, so unfortunately, no reason to take 5 Cecil yet. It looks like Antidale's gonna be heading down. He might be looking to do Ribbon Room first, or that's what it looks like he's gonna do, but yeah.
And Poorscythe finishes up, has all the sounds he wants, and he may continue up tower or he may just head out into this grind. And he's continuing up. Unfortunately, we know there's nothing that waits him at the top. And Antidale didn't use the lunar whale to heal up before heading down. A mistake I've made plenty of times myself.
I just love it when I run out of life potions up here. That's the best.
Yeah, I've had to make do with some weird situations up here when it comes to MP as well.
Yep. Yeah, it looks like he's gonna be doing Ribbon Room first here. This spot does give a lot of experience here. I don't remember how much exactly, but yeah, depending on what's there.
Nope.
That is a pretty big nope there.
And then Dale's just gonna go ahead and pop these sirens and get his levels. Meanwhile, Poorscythe is at the top of the tower, gonna go ahead and fight this bomb for basically no reward.
I'm interested to see what he decides to do here. Looks like he's gonna weak it, which does allow him to one-shot him. Wondering what he's gonna do.
I do that because he's setting up. Oh, he was trying to set up for the double life pitch there using Ice 2.
Yep, looks like you can get it though. But yeah, by casting Ice 2, it basically works out so that you can cast, so you can throw 2 life potions out. I don't really know why it works, I just know it works, so I just do it.
It has to do with the delay on the cast time.
Yeah, I'm assuming it just like works out magically.
Yeah, it's ATB, so just consider it magic.
You tell him
Effective
it's
rest.
2 weeks, or...
And that's a level 40 Cecil off of 1-5.
Well, that's pretty strong here. Pretty neat slingshot. Imagine if that had been a double life glitch, that would have been like Z levels in one fight. That's pretty strong.
He's got 2k health and a crystal sword. I think this is already Z levels, basically.
He might want a little more because, you know, no white mage. Kind of uncomfortable, and, you know. He might also be trying to get to that sweet 28 agility. Yeah.
Yeah, the agility is the bigger issue of the two. With this party, I don't think you're going to be lacking for damage on the push phases.
He is gonna get the double leg push this time.
And Poorscythe is deciding to walk down. I'm not sure if he's saved after stealing the sirens, so just doesn't want to have to redo that fight.
Looks like Antidale decided to put Tell in the middle after he very, very terribly missed those two weeks. Or, I know he had missed at least. I think he might have missed. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, missing week is like, okay, fine, get in the middle tower.
What levels is Cecil at? I didn't.
I believe he's at 46 now.
That's one over, but he has the dwarf axe, so he's probably.
Guy's probably looking for 33 agility, but he may not care. He may just say, I have enough damage, even with slightly bad agility.
Strength 3 and crystal sword's pretty strong, yeah, so levels don't matter nearly as much, and you can just pump out all the damage ever, so yeah, makes sense. You know, Poorscythe looks like he's gonna be checking the hook character.
I think he's going to be very excited to see who he gets here. That was a very quick reset.
I mean, you don't have to worry about levels or, you know, cess or agility if you just do Eddie strats.
Unfortunately, I'm not thinking that Eddie strats are going to get you through the moon fights you have to do, though.
Yeah, unfortunately, but, you know. It was like Antidale's done with his egg grind spear, and it's gonna be, well, he's probably gonna be going for Ribbon Room, most likely, since that is 2 checks here. He should be able to get through that antlion with his levels right now.
And Poorscythe was considering taking that Cecil there, but looks like he may have changed his mind.
He might also be checking Sandra, the character. Looks like that's exactly what he's doing. He's probably hoping for a second Cecil there and decided against it. So, Antlion counters fight with some counters, however, jump doesn't trigger that counter, so yeah. And that's why he's probably jumping with Kane instead of zerking him.
And Cecil's swinging for almost 3k. I'm pretty sure that he's happy with that.
Is Cecil back or glitched? Oh, no, he is back. He started the show with the dwarf.
Yep. And here's going berserk. Oh, nope. Forward face AI got us again.
Oh.
Antlion does not want that Cecil to get berserk. And Poorscythe is going to go ahead and do some eggs here without picking up without picking up that Cecil. So I'm thinking that he may just decide to go without the Crystal Sword this seed.
It's a perfectly valid choice as well, you know? I can definitely see both arguments. I don't know what I personally would pick, but yeah.
Yeah, it's hard. Like, if you're not as well versed in vanilla agility, then I could see, like, even with the power of a Crystal Sword, a lot of runners may want to just take the safer option and go without Cecil.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of like, I think I would have probably taken the Crystal Sword Cecil, but I can definitely see why not. And with that Ribbon Room fight, Antidale's gonna get his Palom up to nuke here and see what he gets from this. Light Staff Energy Dragoon Speaks, that is not.
Hey, at least Tala gets to become a bit better healer again.
Yup. White Mage is online.
We have the white shirt and we have Lifestyle. It's your time, Tala.
That's a pretty nice fight to see here. An Hourglass, and those two guys will be stopped. You could also get a key off of these guys, but I think after doing that Siren Grind, he's probably good.
Yep, just gonna turn to stone and say, let's go on to the next fight. And
Yeah,
there's our...
Or is it going? No, it's not going.
No, it's not Gunwood, but there is half a forge.
Yep.
We just need a Pintail or a pass, and then we are ready to go.
Yep. It's also an X-Gal, which is money, and it's also a pretty nice dart that he's got. Have we seen Alt Gauntlet yet?
I do not believe we have.
Please. I beg you.
Aww.
Oh, so free. With a Crystal Sword, this fight is literally just Zerk and put the controller down and you're probably...
And Poorscythe found Dark Imps. I didn't catch what cost this was. Looks like Chaz saying this is the Murasame altar. I'm not sure that Poorscythe found the hourglasses in the Cave Ebon shop though. So that's gonna be a bit hard to get through.
So he's going back to Moon? No, back to Earth. Perhaps he wants to get them. But yeah, interestingly enough, the second phase, the Pale Dim form of the Dark Elf, doesn't have boss fights, so that Hourglass works perfectly fine on it. Weak also works on it as well. Pretty nice.
But do you really need Weak when you have a Crystal Sword Cecil swinging?
Not really, but makes it a bit safer. Package? Yeah, I can definitely see what you reset here. I mean, I think, according to chat, he's used his last 10 here, so he's kind of low on resources.
Yeah, and I don't think Antidale is going to be looking for another character at this point. He is just ready to go.
Yep. Yeah, he did save after the adamant.
And Poorscythe is going through selling these summons to pick up coffins and hourglasses. And this is about the most free fight you can get.
Yep. Even with no free bosses on, they still do like no damage. So yeah. So there better be nothing behind this. This better be a drain spear.
Hey, now we can't just give him free throwables like that.
True. Make it a fireball. I got one from Shield 1 the other day, so I feel mean.
I mean, he's out of tents, so just give him another tent.
Oh yeah, true. Or a cabin, just so that Tele gets revived.
Or just give him go mode. Fine.
Oh man. Nice seed. Well, Antidale's definitely going to be going back and turning in that King Tail and gonna forge here, and that's his go mode basically. The only kind of disadvantageous thing about this, or kind of annoying thing, is that due to a lack of paths, he's gonna have to go watch this cutscene again and walk all the way through. Unfortunate, but yeah.
Yeah, but with his grind being done and already having his objectives completable, he does have a pretty good time advantage on Poorscythe, even if this pass is at the Merc Summon Altar.
He checks the shelf. Yes. Oh.
And just for you, the shelf is nothing.
I pulled a Zeus gauntlet out of there once, okay? Don't underestimate the shelf. And then immediately just, yep. And there's your Zeus gauntlet.
And just going ahead and just buying lots of silver apples as well.
Oh yeah, you need to buy enough. That reminds me, once I had a spoonwort seed, and I just sold my entire inventory to buy like 10 apples to get them up to good HP. But yeah, that's a pretty nice goal shop. I'm gonna buy all those Zeus gauntlets. All his fighters are gonna be super punchy.
I think the real question now is if Antidale just goes straight up to the moon, or if he decides to take a quick stop and steal a few pockets one before heading out to the fight. With Crystal Sword Cecil, I don't think you need to steal the pockets. It would just make it a bit more consistent.
Blizzard Spear out of that. Zombie Altar, that's pretty rough. Question in chat here. Antidale has the defense sword on Kane. Or, yeah. Yeah, Antidale has the defense sword on Kane. It was actually the starting item in the sea. Oh, that's pretty nice.
Yeah, I think his edge is still rocking up a short sword in one of his hands. So that's a pretty big upgrade.
So I think it's going to be a Massimian and a Ninja Sword.
And Antidale is heading to Castle Ebon to steal some Bacchus wine.
You can steal Bacchus wine from Mad Ogres, so that's going to be pretty nice. The starting item was a defense sword.
Oh, come on, Antidale, you could have stolen a Trump orb for everybody. I mean, you don't want back row Tala?
Alright, you were the one that back row bitched to Yang.
No, I'd back row bitch Kane with one over there.
But you back row bitched Yang. Okay.
No, but you can back row bitch Yang.
I kinda wanna try that sometime. But yeah, there's 3 trap chests in here. He's particularly looking for one that is made up of 3 Mad Ogres to steal Bacchus wines off of. In the meantime, though, it looks like Poorscythe is actually gonna go straight into the Queen Evelyn fight, which I believe is. Oh no, that's not gonna give him double. He still needs that.
Yeah, his admin is at the White Spear altar, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
So, just one fire away if he does take the correct fight.
And Zeus Gauntlet, Black Belt, Crystal Sword Cecil. Oh, could also switch that power shirt onto him, but. It's like hella healing strats.
I mean, that Cecil isn't lacking for damage, so I don't think it matters too much either way.
Still not finding the Mad Ogre's chest. My god.
And it's going to be the last trap chest he finds, because of course it will be.
Antidale wants to steal Bacchus wines from Mad Ogres, and there's one trap chest with Mad Ogres in here. Ooh, an Avenger, that's gonna be pretty nice for that Cecil.
Did I see that wrong, or did he hit exit without taking it?
I don't know. Yeah, he's finally gonna find that trap chest, and... Do you have hourglasses?
He bought a stack of them, so he should, but maybe hoping that the ogre will take out some of these characters so he can get the pockets quicker. Oh, and Poorscythe did make the correct decision and is going to be getting his adamant here soon.
Yeah, looks like he was doing top down, like straight up as hard as he could. Like.
And that will be his 10th key item, so should not be a long grind.
Although I think he might have. Oh no, he killed somebody. I think Antidale. Now I think about it, I don't think Antidale actually got the Avenger. I mean, not like it matters much, but it's just convenient.
Does Poorscythe not have exit on his Cecil yet?
That he doesn't have a Cecil, and he doesn't.
Oh,
Tella.
that's right. He got rid of the Tella.
Oh, he got rid of the Tella. Yeah. Walking out of here is not fun.
Yeah, that's one of those things where, like, you pitch a Tella for someone, then you realize they're like, oh, what did I just do?
Yeah, that's not what you want. Walking out of here is one of the hardest things to do, honestly.
I have no idea how to navigate backwards, I'll be honest.
Yeah, like, it's just, like, when I'm navigating down, I just basically turn my brain off and just walk down there, and it's like, oh, I'm at Ribbon. But, like, walking out is like, where do I go?
Yep, and that's just why you want your either a Porum, a Tella, or a Cecil. Because walking out of places is awful.
Oh, that must have cost him, like, 2-ish minutes? At least a minute.
Yeah. And Antidale's on a mission heading straight down for that Z5.
Oh, looks like there's some interesting flags here. There's a question mark and a Z here.
Man, these flags are... You guys are getting a little early right now, you know that? Aren't we supposed to wait till we see the crystal floors?
I know, I mean, some impatient chatters we got here.
Getting antsy on us.
But anyway, since all these flags are out here anyways, there's a question that needs to be answered here. Would you happen to know what that is?
Yes, I do believe that it's time for us to find out whose butt we're going to kick tonight.
Yup. So what these strats do you think Antidale's gonna be going for here? Do you think he's gonna go straight Zerk, or do you think he's gonna try and do some nukes with his Column here, since he did give him some HP?
He may throw some nukes in here just for a bit of extra damage, but those Zerkers are going to be the main star of the show.
Yeah, most likely with 3 Zerkers. It is going to be kind of scary without a white mage, or a proper white mage. But if you can just get enough damage done in time, you don't really need that much healing.
Honestly, with Defense Sword Kane, Masamune Ninja Sword Edge, Pistol Sword Cecil, I'm not too sure we're going to be seeing a second Big Bang on Antidale's side.
Yep, and you add a nuke in with, Stardust Rod, Rune Ring, Sorcerer Robe, Column. Yeah, this is kind of a pretty overpowered party.
And Poorscythe is turning in their rock and getting their crystal. So, I do think he's going to want to grind just a little bit more before he heads up to his fight, but he's not too far behind.
Yeah, from the looks of it, he looks like he is going to be reflecting some nukes off. Kane, I believe.
And here we have Threemus.
Yeah. This is its revenge.
Antidale thought he could just kill that one egg at the beginning. Well, now the eggs come back for vengeance.
Here it comes. One last egg.
And Cecil just heading for a cool 6k.
Just a nice little 6k here and a quick little nuke here.
5k from Edge, 3k from Kane.
Yeah, it looks like he's probably fine here. I doubt he's in the second Big Bang. Did he even bother nerfing the first Big Bang, or did that just roll really high?
Nope, he didn't bother nerfing it.
I mean, I don't think he needs to with these levels and these damage, but, still pretty insane.
And while Antidale is going and fighting Threemus, Poorscythe is gonna go kill some less strong eggs.
Just slightly less strong,
And Poorscythe doesn't have a way to berserk yet. We'll have to see if he realizes and makes the same decision to steal some Bacchus wine.
Z-Fight would be really rough without being able to, have a source of Zerk at all. It would be terrible here, and it wouldn't be nearly as, relaxing, simple as the Z-Fight here. And speaking of Antidale, he's already gotten to medial phase here. He's definitely fine. His edge may have died, but he's done for.
Yep, and there is the crumble. So GG to Antidale, first place finisher.
See what its official time is in a second here.
And this does put Antidale to 3-0, which means he will move straight to the table tag.
So you got a 136.57 here. Let's see in a second if we get into it with Antidale coming out.
And we are joined by Antidale. Welcome.
Thank you.
So, how did you feel about that seed overall, just to start?
It was something that I wanted to see. It was kind of a long objective set, although I was not happy with myself for leaving the encounters on after picking up for Golbez. That was a painful 4 minutes or so that I had to redo again. So I'm 3 for 3 and having to redo stuff in this group round, and I'm very, very lucky to have escaped without severely being punished for it.
Did you feel like very behind at that moment, or were you just like?
I felt that there was a decent chance. Like, I don't know how much Poorscythe has played for Enterprise. I know he's played vanilla some and plays some other randomizers and that and other just vanilla speedruns. So he's a good player of games. I just didn't know how much he knew about for Enterprise. So I felt that I had probably at best seeded back time from the very early egg, looting the egg and then using a Drain Spirited Dart to get the levels to power through pretty much all of the overworld and most of the underworld. So I felt like maybe I had gotten us back to even, or I had fallen a little bit behind for doing that.
Yeah, and basically that's what happened, just see a little bit of time back for Poorscythe, but you were still able to pull back away, so it didn't cost you too much this time around.
Yeah, I've gotten very, very lucky in these 3 matches so far. You really can't make mistakes anyway, and I've just gotten lucky that my opponents have been, taking a slightly different route or whatever's happened to make them not make me pay on those mistakes.
Yeah, and so you said you like having this kind of long objective chain, so I guess that means you're pretty happy about having the required Mingus seed.
Yeah, definitely, especially when there weren't sirens available in shops. So the fact that I had stolen a few and then had bought hourglasses worked out, because then I could just grind really quickly on the gold dragons up in the moon, and it didn't really cost me any time to do it. And also made overgrinding pretty easy too.
Yeah. So I do have to ask, how did you feel after finding that crystal sword in the treasury?
Like, I was a little sad that I had thrown away the Cecil that was at Baron Inn, but glad that I'd kept the one up guarded by Asura as a little bit of insurance.
Yeah, I saw you going in, checking poker out. I assume that was to find second Cecil as an anchor.
That was second Cecil an anchor or an actual white mage. Tella, for all he does wonderful things for you early, is not really your white mage of dreams in the Z fight, especially when I didn't have silk webs, I don't think, and I wasn't going to go shop for them in case they weren't there. That was going to make the Z fight dicey, so I was really kind of hoping for a white mage to replace Palom with.
You have a wide shirt and a life staff on Tala. That's perfect white mage material.
I mean, he could have cured one person for full for sure. But yeah, I was definitely looking for extra Cecil or a white mage there with all the extra character checks. Just because it's a little nerve-wracking knowing that you essentially have to overgrind for Z to have it be safe, especially since I'd gotten rid of Rydia and there were Asuras available, I think, so that could have been my Z healing, but I just casually tossed it away.
Yeah, that makes sense. And also, you're going in, you're checking that shop for Bacchus and Siren, so it's not that much extra time to just go ahead and walk back to it.
Yeah, not with being able to exit. With exit on both Tella and Cecil, so I knew I'd be able to exit no matter what. So, Yeah, it didn't feel too bad to check. It was a little sad by Eddie because he wasn't gonna be. There was no Eddie strats to seed.
Very disappointing.
There wasn't even a spoon for him to swing around.
Nope, that was hidden somewhere. I actually didn't look through all the spoiler log. Oh, there it is. Yeah, no one's getting that spoon. Sorry, Eddie. You're a buddy, but you're not getting that spoon.
You would have gotten the spoon for the fight that you would have most wanted the spoon for.
Also, did you buy Dream Spears or did you just find 4 of them in chests?
I just found a bunch of them and then kept them all because Drain Spears are great early.
Yeah, this seed
Yeah,
has a bunch of Dream Spears.
Like, definitely like really nice to have with an edge just to toss them around.
Yeah, it was really, really nice to remember that I had multiple in my inventory so that I could freely toss one at an egg and then continue to toss them at kind of low-level bosses just to clear them out of the way. I was a little annoyed at myself at the first evil wall fight to have not thrown the Drain Spear there because that was pretty much the last reasonable time to use one.
On the bright side, you got a second chance to throw it at it.
Yes, I definitely remembered and threw it the second time around, and that at least helped make up some of the time.
And Poorscythe just looks to have finished up his grind, and probably checking shops wanting to find Bacchus, but no such luck.
Yeah, unfortunately. It'll be interesting to see how he decides to do this Z fight. No white mage and no sources there, or unless he decides to steal a Bacchus wine like Antidale did. But yeah.
Also, Angel, you got the Siren chest on the first pack. Why didn't you back Rotella?
Why didn't I back Rotella?
Yeah.
Because he's fine without the special back row bit. He's a very special man and doesn't need it.
But
I was a little sad that I never equipped the Artie bow and Artie arrow though. When I realized I had them both.
I didn't realize you never equipped them.
Nope, they never even, like, Sid was fine with just the Earth Hammer. I was, I guess, theoretically saving them to do eggs and then just forgot or never bothered.
Yeah, like you ended up doing the King video grind with weeks, so no real need to use those arrows.
No, yeah, the week in Ice 2 to get the double, I was a little annoyed at myself for missing the first double by just waiting too long. But getting those was nice and just helped pretty much save one entire summon cycle, which is good to do.
Yeah, the Ice 2 trick is just really nice when you're like limited on just sirens, limited on MP for like D machine. It's just really nice to know that, oh hey, I can just set this up pretty easily.
Yeah, it's really nice to be able to do that and kind of just conserve. You can choose which resources you want to conserve, or if you're slingshotting somebody, it's a dream for that too. It would have been nice to get that Cecil just a little even more powerful right away. I didn't actually end up checking his agility before going to Z, but I figured he was going to be fine giving him the Dwarf Axe and just going at the levels he was at.
Yeah, and with the kind of damage that your party had, it's just not gonna be a big problem.
Yeah, when you have Power Shirt, Crystal Sword, Zeus Gauntlet, Cecil, you're kind of not going to worry too much. Still was a little nervous about the lack of healing, though.
It didn't really matter in the end, though, since he had just incredible amounts of damage. Like 4k edge hits, like 6k Cecil, and then 9k nukes, basically.
Yeah, Palom got one single nuke off.
He was helping the Berserkers.
He was doing a very valuable job of getting Tella back up so they could throw life potion or cure 3 potions at people. I thought I was going to have a little more time for it, but it ended up working out just fine. We got ones on people who needed it the most. Most importantly, Cecil stayed up, so that made Medio free.
Yep, and I've had to rely on just pure for a single person to get through Z fights, so it works.
Yeah.
now we do have you heading over to Troya for us so that we can get some music since, unfortunately, you decided not to check the seat.
Yeah, and it looks like that was a heck of a chain, so I think it ended up saving me time. Sorry, chat, for not giving you during the race, but at least here it is after I finish. And thank you both, Marty and DF, for doing comms, and Ground Flyer for rolling this wonderful seed and doing the restream, and Asuka for doing all the tracking. But unless you guys have any other questions for me, or you all have any other questions for me, I will dip out and let you guys give Poorscythe the cheering on.
I think I'm good. Thank you for being restreamed today, and congratulations on your win and getting into the table group.
Thank you.
Marty, you got
Have a great
anything?
night.
No, not really. Good luck, Antidale.
Good. And now we have Poorscythe heading up to the moon, and is going to be taking down through Big Egg here in a second.
So, I don't believe he has the source of Zerg, so this fight gonna be a little interesting to see how he does it.
Yeah, that is actually pretty scary. I guess you would try to be like doing a lot of jumps with Kane, but if he still has the palm, you may just like whittle it down and then do reflex cast for the final blow.
It's hard to know. I don't know. I never really had to do a Z fight like this, so I don't know how you would really handle it.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Like, not exactly sure what you would do.
I guess it's kind of like what you would do casually in a way. But I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what he decides to do here. He might decide to dart a bunch of stuff. He does have an X-style to dart, so yeah.
Ninja, level 58 Palom, I kind of feel like you're going to be focusing on the Palom for your damage here, but we'll just have to see how Poorscythe decides to take it.
Yeah, but it feels like really wasteful with all this gear for all the other fighters. Yeah, it's interesting. It's an interesting situation here without any wines and without any way to Zerk anybody. Could also just hold A, but that would be really... I don't know if I would agree.
Yeah, holding A is probably not the best strategy to do. Maybe jumping over big banks. It's finally time for that strat to come out. I'm also not sure what the agility situation here is for Poorscythe with that said, so that could also be a bit of an issue.
The Cecil's like level 58. Let me go look up what agility that has.
And Poorscythe does see the big egg and has a stack of Cure 3s, so hopefully can be. Oh, that's fast. That's real fast.
Is Sid's like 18 agility? If it has the Dorfax.
Yeah, that's pretty scary, and we are definitely seeing that here. This big bang came out real quick.
Yeah, I don't know that this, but he does have a lot of luck. Oh, it wasn't there, so it's probably not that bad. But it came out quick. He does have plenty of Cure 3 potions, so he's most likely going to be able to use the heal up here. I just don't know what you do for the damage. If that's really just
Only one Star Veil though. That's rough.
Yeah, he's just direct casting nukes at this point. Like,
I don't hate it, but
I'd rather just punch them at this rate. But yeah, I don't hate it either.
especially if like he gets lucky with like just the way all the timing is going, and he gets the nerf. But yeah, I didn't.
Or is it? I don't, no, that was not.
No.
Like, no, it did way too high damage for his gear. Oh wait, never mind. Black one. So like, he has plenty of time to heal up. It's just the issue here is where his damage is gonna come from.
It's just a really fast Z, and with only using Cure 3 potions, you're gonna be spending more time healing than actually hitting the thing.
It looks like it said actually has 23 agility since he doesn't have a door faction blitz though.
Yeah, and those people like wouldn't use even Fu as an agility anchor, and he's 20 agility, so
It's although hitting for quad 9s here, but this looks sketchy. And it's pretty hard to time out the nerfs. Is he PS1? I think he's PS1.
probably.
He can't exactly time out the nerfs in this. I don't know. Like he's healing up. He's just not dealing with any kind of damage. Like he's already shaking at a big bang, and he spent his entire phase healing up.
And Big Bang just took Palom out, which has been basically your only damage so far.
He also doesn't seem to have anything to really start with Edge. I saw him dart in X-Scal and a few other things. Like at this rate, I'm probably just thinking like, what the heck? Just start massing him maybe? Because you just need damage.
I think he got like 2 ninja stars and an X-Scal so far.
Seems
Just
like almost
not enough, right?
Shuriken, that's not gonna do anything. That's almost a light there. That's not good. He's getting like 2 turns for every action here. That's not good.
And this is with the Silk Web up too, so this is just not going the way that Poorscythe win or something?
I mean, clearly, he's not dealing any damage, and he's just going really quickly. He's not able to react. I don't know how much lower battle speed will help, but I feel like if he was like on battle speed 3, I feel like this fight would be a lot.
Even with battle speed 3, I just don't think you'd have the turn utility.
I think that's a like.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
That's a rough fight. I'm not sure anyone could really salvage that from the start.
I just don't think. I think he has to try and change up his strategy here. I think Dwarfax, he doesn't have a Dwarfax. That's not great. I don't think any of his fighters are RA1 either.
I would be tempted to grind up a single level on Kane and just go in with a 42 agility anchor at this point.
Yeah, that might be a plan here, but I don't think going in again is going to work here.
Yeah, that siege just seemed too fast.
Yeah, he was getting way too many turns, and it's just, I don't know. At least, I would at least lower my battle speed if I was going to try this. Runfly in chat mentioning that he could also grab that Hobbs at that Cecil and Mount Hobbs and just anchor with them, which would be that would be pretty helpful. He is 10 agility slower than what he currently has with right now. There's also a Dwarfax in a shop somewhere, so that could be useful as well. You can get him down to 8.
Yeah, but even just 13 is a whole lot better than being at 23.
Yeah. Even then, there's still the big issue of where is your damage coming from. Like, I would probably try and buy veils and try to reflect some loops. Punch, or maybe go back to that shop with drain spears and buy like a bunch of them.
I just have to figure something out for the damage table.
It doesn't look like he has anything to really guard, like... That did, like, no damage.
Yeah, that column is pretty stacked with good gear, so not going to be taking much magic damage.
Yeah, that's pretty nice, but still, you know, you need damage, and that's kind of hard to get here. Keith is gonna be nuking again. So right now it looks like he's just gonna be trying to do dart stuff with the edges, punch with Sid. I at this point would probably just make Sid my chemist like this whole time, because he's not gonna be doing any kind of damage really, but yeah.
Trying to nerf,
That's not gonna work.
Yeah, with this, just like with this setup, I don't think you're gonna be getting nerfs off.
Can you even nerf with this? Like, that's legitimately a question. Oh wow, he got it. Surprising.
You know what? Actually, it's pretty shocking.
Yeah, I thought for sure that would be too early, but... you're not going to be able to consistently pull that off with this party and this setup. And he basically almost has to rely on it at this rate. It looks like he's going to try to rely on it.
Yeah, and he has to like spend not like this entire turn just getting his party back up to health to survive.
Yeah, and with Z going this fast, it's just not great. Especially on BS1, it's pretty hard. That's... Okay, that's... I don't know anymore. I don't think it's gonna work, though. That's not who you wanted to see, Nuke.
I mean, if it gets nerfed, that's about the best for it.
Oh yeah, true. Wow, okay, he got 2 in a row.
Nope, that one was definitely not
Oh,
nerfed.
okay. It looked like a nerf, but I guess it didn't.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
still
I was
too early.
Thought it was nerfed because it went right into the big thing.
Yeah, and that's just the, like, Threemus being so fast. Comparatively, it just went straight into it.
Yeah, you can't just throw a nuke out when he shakes and just assume it's going to nerf. That's not how it works. It looks like he's figured out that he's not going to be able to do that, so he should just try and K. It's probably like... I don't know.
That one got buffered
I
by the
think
pure
that might-
threes, so that may work.
Yeah, that may work because of that might have been 2 ticks. Well, that's not what you wanted to happen there, but if it nerfs, then that's nice. But he still hasn't dealt any damage in like a few cycles, so it's not really gonna do it.
Yeah.
Like, Z's still just going way too fast here, and he is not dealing any kind of damage. He's spending all of his turns healing up here. Like, Kane's healing up, Edge is doing things, Sid is doing things. Like, he's just healing up. He's not actually doing any damage to the boss. He's also gonna run out of Tears of Adventure. Kinda like... Looks like he was trying to nerf it. That's definitely not working.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he input that nuke, like, when the egg was still shaking, so that should not work.
If that works, then I don't know anything. He just has really good gear, I guess. Because that was pretty low.
Yeah, that was just good gear. And luckily the Palam survives, which I think is the person he wants up the most at this point, since
Yeah.
that's been the only person he's been getting damaged with.
I wouldn't really bother lifing Edge up anymore. He's kind of just a Lucian, perfectly honest.
Well, he still wants targets for the nuke that aren't Palam.
True. That is true. I would at the very least not bother healing him up. Like, I would maybe life 2 edges just for the purpose of actually getting moved overpowered.
And we just base pushed there, which means this is a full power big gun.
Okay! Champion Palom.
So the bad part of having this base being pushed is now Threemus is going to start casting nukes on its own, which is going to potentially take out any party members that aren't at max HP, basically.
Yeah, I don't think he really knows how to properly nerf here. Ooh, that might be good.
Paladin Kane's still standing.
I mean, that Paladin is a champion. Still, this has been going surprisingly well. I'm actually kind of nervous. At this rate, he's gonna run out of life potions, but hopefully, by the time that becomes an issue, he's dealt enough damage for that to not matter.
Yeah, this is honestly going better than I expected heading into the second fight.
Yeah, same here. I thought it was just gonna go very... I thought it was just gonna be very similar. Like, especially, he's coming in, like, I believe with the exact same setup. Like, same battle speed, same formation, same equipment. Like, he's just trying it again. I don't know. It's going a lot better than I thought.
And there is no way that should nerf.
Yeah, that shouldn't nerf. That came out after the shape. But before the shape, I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of like the idea of, like, I don't know how to nerf, but I'm just gonna try to cue the nukes to try and nerf it anyway, since I'm just direct casting them anyway, so what the heck.
Also, I think that one was just kind of, let's just throw it out there and get the damage on.
Yeah, like, at this point, it doesn't matter. I mean, I guess if I didn't, I can understand, like, if you don't... He has gotten a few nerfs by accident, so that's good. Probably not. He has 7 tier 3s left.
That edge just barely survived right there.
He has 1 Star Veil, is the thing, but that's just, I don't know. Ooh, oh, that's not good.
Yeah, that's looking really rough.
That might be bad. I wouldn't even bother lifing up characters anymore at this point. I feel like I'm running out of tier 3s. That's not good. Although, actually, no, I'd rather Paladin.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Edge, like, for sure died from that.
Yeah. Like, at this point, just go. You're gonna die if you don't get the damage out.
The good news is, if we end up seeing rocks, Paladin may have just straight up high enough magic defense to just not care.
Yeah, just go for it. I don't mind seeing this. Hopefully it tips into Medio, and then it's just...
Oh,
Oh, that was
taking it?
That was just incredible. Yeah, okay, tier 3 here, and then just nuke and just hope. Oh, that was raw. He needs to just nuke and hope it gets into Medio at this rate. Like, that's basically his only option. Z is just going way too fast. He needs to just go for it. Like, there's nothing else he can do. He has 1 nuke left, too. He just has to hope it gets...
Oh my god. Yeah, that is not what you want to see.
But he doesn't have any more MP left.
1 rocks, though.
Oh my god.
Up to the rail.
He's dodging. Does he
Just
have
up to the
ethers?
rail.
Does he have ethers?
No.
Oh no, how is he damaging?
Pop the Star Veil and just use the Stardust Rod as an item to get the
Oh
new
my-
counters.
Yes, that's it. He could also use Crystal. No. That's fine though. That's fine. If Palom keeps dodging this, he may be able to save this. He just needs to just no. Yeah, Life Edge is fine, but I just he's gonna be dying. Like, just no. Can he? Does that work? Oh my god, it does. Okay, I think Palom survives this.
I cannot believe that worked.
No,
Yes, no cure 3s.
no, don't bother. Fine. Okay, I can see like one, but Veil, just Veil and then reflect. Like he has 3 nukes, so he can Veil and then just reflect them off. He doesn't need a heal. He just needs the Veil.
I mean, even if he Veils, he can just direct cast and get the extra damage from Egg himself.
True.
But this Palom has so much magic defense, so much stats. He just cannot be hit by nuke right
It's
now.
just incredible.
Like, yeah, he's just dodging all of them.
Wow, this is incredible. He's still healing. Sorcerer Robe, Rune Ring, Stardust Rod, Gaia Hat, something like that.
Yeah, this Palom don't care.
And it's like level 58.
Just heal back up to 4 with Cure 2 potions.
Oh my god, he failed. He did the thing. Oh my god.
And the first reflected nuke of the fight is one that you could have just direct casted and gotten reflected back onto him.
It doesn't matter as long as
It doesn't
he
matter,
wins.
he gets the win.
Oh my god.
That's amazing.
That is the most incredible Z fight.
I am shocked. Like, I couldn't pull that off, to be honest.
I don't think I would have messed with everything so much, and he just went back and did it.
That is absolutely amazing. I don't know how much I have to say it.
That is incredible.
Wow.
Hey.
We heard joined by Poorscythe. Welcome and congrats on that Z fight. That was insane.
Yeah.
Hello. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, GG's on that. That was pretty crazy. So... No, continue.
I am pretty new to the rando, and I've been practicing, but nothing has prepared me for that kind of fight.
I don't think I could win that fight. That was like, I would have just left and tweet so much. That was very impressive.
Yeah, I feel like if put into the same position, I would have probably like gone back there and still have like a slower time overall, maybe, but like just jeez.
I was like really not sure how to do that. I didn't think I was going to be able to get an edge up to do any damage. So I was just racking my brain thinking of what I could do, and I knew I had Psych. I didn't know if Psych would trigger Nuke or anything, because I've never even remotely tried anything like that.
Yeah, Psych will trigger it. You can also use Ethers to trigger the nuke counter, which is the same idea.
Yeah. I'm not sure what happened to my Ethers. If I had any, I think I probably sold them.
Yeah.
I was shocked that you actually got so much MP from Psyching Zeromus. I was kind of just expecting you to just get 1 MP from it and be left with basically nothing.
That's usually happens when we do that to enemies.
Yeah, that was pretty much a Hail Mary for me. And this whole match was a Hail Mary. But I dared to dream that I had a chance because I knew I hit go mode before he finished. And I was like thinking to myself, is that actually possible? I didn't think I was anywhere near his skill level or anything like that, so I was glad to hang around that long. And then I just had to completely improvise on Zeromus.
I mean, overall, like, aside from that Zeromus fight, nothing, like, really went wrong for you. Like, just overall, like, Antidale built a time advantage, mainly over just looting glass and doing things a bit more efficiently. But you were still playing, like, really well.
Yeah, I'm happy with how I played on that one. I'm glad it was under like 2 hours in game time, even if with all that nonsense. So I was hoping for sub 2 hours, but considering the characters that were available on that, I can't really be upset about that.
Yeah, it's always rough to go through a siege when you just don't find a white mage you can use.
Yeah, no white mage when you're still learning is just pretty terrible. Like it's just like it's terrifying. And no, you don't have any like not having any source of berserk with just a bunch of zerkers is just like so scary.
Yeah, I didn't see any Bacchus on that one, and I didn't see any Sirens. So I had to scrounge the Sirens, but I had no idea anything about anything else, and there were no other characters to berserk with. And I briefly thought about dropping Palom for Cecil, and I think I'm really glad in hindsight that I did not, considering the ending of that one.
Yeah, considering what happened, I'd say Palom just kind of became the MVP at the end.
Yeah, I was expecting to do like 4 hitters, not 1 nuker, but I guess you kind of go with what you get.
Yeah, the agility situation there just was not great for you, and that Zeromus was so fast.
I feel like he was getting like 2 turns almost per like turn you were getting or something. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, I am not great about setting up agility anchoring or anything like that. I didn't have the right gear to do it properly. I know about it in general, but I don't have a lot of practice with doing it on the fly. So I just threw my slowest character agility-wise in the middle and went with it.
Just something that I've only really started understanding that well, like relatively recently. I mean, it's just something that I feel like it's kind of hard to understand. Play. I feel like you start getting a better understanding of it.
Yeah, like when you were going through your stats, and you didn't have anyone great for anchoring. I think like your best option would have been to get another level 1 Kane to get him up to 42. But other than that, just everything else was bad.
It was a truly terrible seed, so we'll roll with it, and I'm happy about it. I mean, I didn't come into this thinking I was going to be beating the world. I was just happy to improve and get some races going, and that's a heck of a race for the first race I've ever really done.
Yeah, it was. You play it well, and just that end, like, I'm still shocked. Well, Maury, do you have any other questions for Poorscythe?
No, not really. GG's on that Z fight. Yeah.
I'll have to go back and watch the match. But thanks, guys, for commentating and everything.
Yeah. GG, and you got 2 more races? Looking forward to seeing those.
Me too. I'm hoping they're a little bit more generous than this one. But we'll see.
Do you have those scheduled yet?
For Friday at 8 and then Saturday at 8. So all of them this week.
Okay, so if you want to follow Poorscythe and see how they do in their next races, coming up pretty quickly here. Alright, well, thank you for being restreamed, and just very well done with that Z fight, and good job on the Z overall.
Thank you.
Well, with that, I believe we are going to be rating Jeebus, who is currently practicing some free enterprise. Not sure if he's practicing table or group frags quite yet. Because
Are there any table
I
listings
don't know
open
if he's-
right now?
Yeah, we had at least 2 table racings that got opened up, so. Yeah, let's just go give Jeebus some love and root for him as he pushes through his practice seeds. Good night, everybody.
Yeah, good night.